Hello and welcome back to another in-depth weather video. Today we're going to be doing a little bit more about this system here that's going to be impacting the Great Lakes region, as I really think this is going to be named pretty soon. We're also going to talk about some temperatures as well here. So if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. So we do have two wintry types of alerts right now. We have winter weather advisories from Tennessee to New York, I believe, or Pennsylvania, one of the two. And we have freeze watches, and we also have freeze warnings from Texas to Arkansas and Alabama. So definitely a lot of things to talk about with this storm system, because once the storm system rolls through, the cold air comes in. That's what happens with low pressures when they have very high winds on the back end. They pull down that cold air from Canada. So let's move on here to the radar. We can see our system here starting to take shape. Starting to see some snow here in Illinois, and this snow will continue to spread throughout this region over the next few hours. So we definitely have to watch this very closely. I think that the Weather Channel is going to name this very soon. And yeah, otherwise we have some pretty heavy rainfall going on right now, which is expected with this system. We also have some thunderstorms here, or at least areas of heavier rainfall in areas from areas around Louisville to around Birmingham. Just for a rough estimate there. So actually, let's move into the satellite imagery. So we can see that this system, again, most of that cloud cover is on the east side of that low pressure, and the low pressure really hasn't formed that well. If we go back to the radar here and we turn on fronts, right, it'll show us where the low pressures are. And yeah, so we have many different cold fronts, two low pressures, so we're waiting for this thing to get really organized. So let's move on here to winter weather outlooks. So we actually have in the next 6 hours pretty high probabilities here in Ohio for 1 inch of snow. So let's see here, and that increases. So over the next few hours, we can start to see that 95% chance increasing over parts of the Appalachians as well as the Great Lakes. Now, what I really want to dive into here is, as this lingers, right, we're going to have these 1 inch amounts kind of tallying up here, but let's look at 4 inches, right, just for a quick experiment here. We do have some slight chances, but as this continues to move on here, right, those chances increase, and we actually get into that 80 to 90 percentile. So, and there we go, that's 99, 95, and then we have areas of 95 plus. So definitely not out of the question to see 4 inches of snow from the system in certain spots, and maybe even more than that. Let's check 6 inches. Just for, again, quick thought experiment. Definitely not going to get it anytime soon, but those chances will be increasing over the next few days as that storm system rolls through. This is 24-hour probabilities, so you get that band that sets up. You could easily see 6 to 8 inches out of this system. I think it's definitely possible, but overall, probably at most 80 to 90% chance that you get 6 inches. So let's take a look at the NAM 3-kilometer model, because it takes a very different look at this system. So we have this low pressure here. It starts to move north. We start to see that snow take over. Now, this low pressure is already in upstate New York, right? Snow's still back here, but it kind of just stays here. Low pressure kind of moves inland, and again, we just see this kind of just stick here and continue to wrap around. Now, most importantly, I just want to look at the total positive snow depth change. So we're going to zoom in here. Let's see which one's better. It's divided between the two, but we're going to look at the northeast. So we're looking at the western part of the screen here. So we can easily see 6 to 8 inches here along the coastline of Ohio, easily 3 to 5 along the coastlines of Ohio, Pennsylvania, and possibly even higher amounts into Canada. But I think that we're definitely going to see some winter storm warnings in these areas, and I wouldn't be surprised if both Cleveland and Pittsburgh are under winter storm warnings at one time, maybe even into Buffalo, depending on, those winds, blustery conditions, and if we see some squall or lake effect snow bands starting to set up a bit, especially as that low pressure starts to move up here and we get that wind flow over Lake Erie. So just many things that we have to look out for, but I do think this is going to get named. I think this has no reason not to be named, just not for the pure snow totals, but also for the amount of time that this is going to take to drop those snow totals. This is not a very powerful snow event, plain and simple. What really is the killer here is the duration of that snowfall during the system, and the fact that the low pressure kind of just stays in this general area over here for days kind of helps with the fact that this would get named. So yeah, so that's about it. That is all I have. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.